Hey, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. Jax Taylor has risen from the graveyard of former Vanderpump Rules stars to give his opinions to People magazine alongside his wife, Brittany Cartwright, for why he thinks that his former best friend, Tom Sandoval, cheated on his longtime girlfriend, Ariana Madix, with their mutual friend, Raquel Leviss, otherwise known as Raquel Leviss. So let's get into the video together, shall we, before we discuss what was said.
I've known Tom Sandoval for 20 years. I know who he is. There's a reason why it's Raquel. It's because she can be controlled. And Ariana is a very strong, independent woman, and it's her way, which I like that. That's how Brittany is. But you can't control her. And I think he likes to control. He likes to, be able to tell her what to do. And I think Raquel is very easily influenced. I think she's very codependent. And I think he kind of preys on that. That's why I think it's her. She's kind of like a fangirl a little bit.
And I always thought she was super nice, so I just did not see her doing that to Ariana, like, honestly.
I really don't have a leg to stand on this topic. I've done my fair share of bad things. Where I have a problem is the lack of empathy, but not apologizing, having your crisis PR team write you a message, which you gotta like step down from your little pedestal for a minute. Stop making this about Tom Sandoval and do better decisions and stepping down from fan. You're not writing that. It's weird. I've known Tom Sandoval.
How funny is that? Now all of a sudden, Jax, who is always ripped on Ariana Madix, is saying that he loves strong, independent women, and that's why he married Brittany, because she's like that. Which, I'm sorry, but a strong, independent woman would not marry Jax after all the things that he did to Brittany. You know what I mean? But I digress. I digress. I have to get back on subject. But that was something that kind of jumped out to me. Although I do believe that it's true that a big reason why Tom Sandoval would cheat with someone like Raquel is because a Raquel is going to stroke your ego, make you believe you're the smartest person in the room, the most talented person in the room. The way she was following that man around town with his karaoke band and everything, that is what Tom Sandoval needed. But here's the thing, Ariana was doing that too. She showed up to her fair share of concerts alongside her backstabbing friend Raquel. So I don't know that that's fair enough as an excuse. Like she was supportive while also being independent and having her own identity. So I don't know. I feel like that's not fair. But I guess when it comes to Tom Sandoval, he needs something that's a little bit more than that. You can't just support him, but you have to put him ahead of yourself. And maybe that's what these people who know him, like Jax and Lala, are referring to when they claim that that's what he found in a woman like Raquel. How embarrassing for Rocky, though. I like that as a nickname for Raquel, by the way. How embarrassing that everyone is calling her a fangirl. Like, oh my God, I would be mortified at the idea of being presented this way by everybody. But at the end of the day, it is how she is presenting herself. And all of this did start with Katie coming up with that nickname for her. So I do have to give her a shout out for that. And then at the end of his little kind of like rant about Tom Sandoval, Jax says, by the way, how ridiculous were those apologies that Tom Sandoval released? Like, obviously coming from PR, meant to save his restaurants and whatnot, not genuine at all. Total lack of empathy. Shout out to him for that, because it is true. Tom Sandoval's apologies were absolutely ridiculous and self-serving and just heartless. But Jax Taylor calling someone out for lacking empathy, I'm sorry, you probably saw me key a little bit there, the little screen that I was on, but it's funny. Jax Taylor of all people. Anyway, as a treat, while we're here, why don't we get into Jax and Brittany talking about what their life has been like since being fired from Vanderpump Rules 2 years ago. A lot of people in the comment section are saying it seems like they kind of are hoping that this is an avenue for them to return to the show. I gotta be honest, you guys, I wouldn't mind them coming back to the show. Like, this could be juicy if they came back and we got Jax versus Sandoval next season and stuff, and like everybody versus him and Raquel. Like, that could be pretty damn cool. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you're looking forward to. But in the meantime, let's get into the video.
You got to remember, we ended the show at our wedding. So I got married. I got a house. I got a kid. We went through a pandemic together. Like, it's changed our lives a lot.
We would always hear, like, when we got married, they were like, they'll be together for 1 year or, whatever. Now we've been together for 8 years. Yeah. We're almost married for 4.
I don't believe in divorce. My parents didn't get divorced. I don't believe in that. Marriage is work. I'm not saying every day is amazing. We love hard, we fight hard, but you know, it's amazing. We're best friends. I honestly can't imagine my life with anybody else.
I think becoming parents made us stronger too, because like I love seeing him as a dad, and it just makes you love him more. So
the 2-year break was, you know, nice mental health wise. Needed like a little refresh button.
Not saying we wouldn't go back, but like it was a good break and good for us to get our heads together.
You gotta remember, we ended the show.
You see, they're talking about, oh, it was a good break, as if they're coming back. Not saying we wouldn't go back, blah, blah. So it really does sound like the two of them at this point are campaigning to be reinstated on Vanderpump Rules. And I do want to know how you guys feel about that. Now, granted, I don't want all the OGs back. I know there are some people out there who want them all back. I don't want them all back. I just want like a certain like select few back. I think would be interesting for the show. And I want to know what you guys think about that at the end of the day. Also, can I just like have a little bit of a sidebar moment here? The whole, I don't believe in divorce. My parents never divorced. Oh, that gives me the ick. I always see that as a red flag in people, because I feel like people who say things like that are going to put you through some real BS, right? And then their excuse is going to be like, well, I don't believe in divorce, so we're not separating. You're dealing with my bullshit. No, I don't like that. That always gives me alarm bells. And who cares what your parents did or didn't do? Like, like during these eras of like some of our parents, like the moms, the women had a lot less rights than they do now, right? So obviously it wasn't as simple for them to stand up and walk away from things that no longer serve them the same way that it is for us now today. So I can't stand people who still think like that, but I digress. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section down below. Would you like to see Jax and Brittany return to Vanderpump Rules? And also, to revive that beef with Tom Sandoval? And also, do you agree with what Jax is saying? Did Tom Sandoval choose to cheat on Ariana with Raquel because Raquel is a fangirl of his? Raquel is going to put him before herself and just like worship him and everything like that. Let me know in the comment section down below. Take care.